Hello, my name is Alfonso Aguilar and I'm a freshman from Mexico City, and this is my video submission for the Together Apart USC Freshman Colloquium 2020. My essay is titled The Spanish Conquer Mexico Again, and this essay talks about one of the most widely popular shows in recent years all over the world, but more especially in Mexico, La Casa de Papel, or as all of you might know it, Money Heist. Throughout my essay, I try to make the case as to why Money Heist was so successful in Mexico. And first off, I start arguing that it was successful because it managed to connect with the anti-capitalistic and anti-government feelings that Mexicans had when the show was released in 2017, because of the high levels of corruption and poor budget spending that the government had gone through in the past years. Then, I also argue that the show managed to connect with the crime glorification feelings existed in Mexico because, in fact, a lot of people actually glorify drug cartels because they're able to provide services to people that the government is unable to, and actually fund a lot of projects in local communities, which is similar to the crime glorification that the show does with the gang of 8 criminals that robbed the bank. Then I make the argument that the show also connects with Mexican popular culture because it introduces 3 new symbols from the show, which are the Dali mask, the red jumpsuits, and the song Bella Ciao, which further publicize and make people subconsciously adopt the messages and the ideas that the show is trying to translate. Then I make a quick turn and I try to expand into those messages that people watching the show subconsciously accept without actually realizing. The first one is related to the very popular telenovelas in Mexico, and I make the argument that a lot of telenovelas have that idea of a girl getting rich by marrying a rich man. And so the Money Heist managed to connect with this idea of going from rags to riches, but here the gang of criminals actually does it by robbing the government, right? So by supporting this idea of going through from rags to riches, people subconsciously adopt this idea, but instead of marrying a rich man like they do in telenovelas, by class ascendancy through crime. Then, I also argue that the very suspenseful events that happen all throughout the series not only make people not be able to stop watching the show because they want to find out what happens next, but also subconsciously adopt the anti-capitalistic and anti-systemic message of the show because they start desiring for the characters to stay alive through the many perils that they face, and therefore support the ideas that these characters carry, which are in fact anti-systemic. Now, my final argument is that the very strong female characters that the show has also is also another anti-systemic critique of traditional power structures which are widely dominated by men. So, but with people supporting and praising characters such as Tokyo and Nairobi, they also subconsciously support the feminist critique against misogynist systems, which is another anti-systemic idea. Finally, in my conclusion, I'd like to expand a little bit more into the repercussions that this could have for Mexico and for the rest of the world, right? And so my argument is that by shows like this and movies like this that have anti-systemic ideas in them becoming popular in many countries, it could lead to a lot more people being disappointed with the governments, and then for such crime organizations that go against the government and are basically the basis for all of these anti-systemic ideas to become even more widely supported by the population. And this could lead to a very dangerous problem, which is that these crime organizations could start taking away power and legitimacy from the government, which could then lead to governments losing control over their territories and population. So I definitely think that this is one very important issue that the world might have to start dealing with as more people are unhappy with their governance and as they adopt anti-systemic ideas from shows like this one and others. So thank you for listening to my submission.